Hello everybody! Thank you for coming to my first episode of Total War Warhammer 2. And today I will be starting my first episode of my campaign as the Empire with Emperor Karl of Franz. And as I go into the campaign, I will be doing a couple objectives to finish off it. Even though I will be aiming for more of a long-term victory conditions, I will also be having some personal objectives, such as my goal is to unite the entire empire, like have all of the borders, and if I can, all of the elector counts united under imperial rule to defeat Archaon and prevent the end times and chaos from winning, and to kill Manfred von Karstein. As long as those three conditions are met, I will consider the campaign a victory. Now, as I play the game, I will also be playing the game with more of a narrative-inspired theme, as opposed to a min-maxing, objective-grabbing style. I will admit, I'm not that great at Total War. I do like to play casually, and hopefully I can just make this video for you guys to enjoy. Now, now, to start the campaign, I have played the Empire before, was understanding some of the rules, understanding how the Imperial Authority system works, using the elector counts to be assigned to the different provinces of the Empire, the different counties, and understanding a lot of their abilities. So specifically for Reichland, having extra diplomatic relations with the Empire is going to be helpful to allow interacting with the other Imperial factions easier. Having an extra Lord recruitment ring is going to be beneficial to recruiting new armies. The campaign movement range is definitely helpful. Having lesser upkeep for Reiksguard and Greatswords is going to be helpful to buff out the armies for Karl, and the extra leadership is definitely going to be helpful for the infantry armies. So I think a lot of what I'm going to be playing as Karl's armies as troop-based, and then seeing if we can rely heavily on that in some of the character choices we do. I will be playing on Campaign Hard, Battle Hard with the Chaos Invasion on, not set to any difficulty, just on. And that is it to begin with, and let's begin. So the newly crowned emperor returned from a tour of Reichland to find his capital Altdorf besieged by spider-riding greenskins. Having sent off the goblin threat, Franz arrives in his court to find the politicking of the empire already at its height. Mindenheim grumbles, and to the south, a successionist rebellion is in full flow. Franz must tread carefully. A wrong move could split the empire asunder before his rule truly began. Alrighty. So let's see if we can unite the empire.
The greenskin threat is extinguished, sire. Yet the fight to secure your rule has only just begun. The Empire is beset by civil war once more. Secessionists hostile to your election as Emperor are trying to form a breakaway province to the south. Advance, crush them, and bring the lands back to your sovereign rule. To the north, Boris Todbringer of Mindenheim, a bitter rival in the recent election, is openly hostile. A clash with Todbringer and the wolves of Middenland may well be unavoidable if you wish to unify the Empire. Plan for this eventuality. The Empire has ever been besieged by foes, but you are a Prince of Altdorf. Greatness runs in your very blood. Make the Heldenhammer proud.
Alrighty. So the advisor giving us some of our starting information. Now, Imperial Authority and Prestige, I already know how it works, but for those of you who are perhaps new, so the Empire is known for its elector counts and internal politics that leave it in a permanent state of unrest and constant war. However, increasing your prestige and ultimately your Imperial Authority will bring stability. So our prestige is located here, and our Imperial Authority is represented here. Acquire prestige through noble actions such as expansion, victory in battle, and constructing grand buildings, then use it to deal with the incidences and solve dilemmas from which your authority will grow, improving fealty among the elector counts. Additionally, prestige can also be spent on electoral machinations, which enable you to manipulate diplomatic relations within the Empire. Elector counts. Each state in the Empire is governed by an elector count. Securing their fealty is key to unifying the Empire through confederation. Some, though, will not be easily convinced and will require much more persuasion through aid or military force. Once a state's capital is under your control, you may keep residing an elector count or elect a new one. Each provides a host of new benefits, such as granting a specific Runefang sword and unique units. So, our first mission: defeat an army belonging to the Empire Successionists.
I command here.
We're going to be moving Carl down. Also, I forgot to note this in the beginning of the thing. I will be playing with no mods. I will be playing with stock game. So, for this series, I will not be introducing any mods. I will just be playing the vanilla version. So, first setup, get Altdorf up to rank 2.
Summon the elector counts.
Let's get Carl moved over, if I'm
Moving
correct.
off. By Sigma, no.
I will have plenty of movement to attack Helmut Ludenhof.
Into battle.
Now, even though I know this is a close victory, I will go ahead and manually fight the battle. So that way we have the first battle of the campaign. Let's defeat Helmut Ludenhof. Alright, so the battle mat staged. Best approach, if we can actually, so they have one ranged unit, we have 2 ranged units, and we have cavalry. This is a slam, in my opinion, this is a slam dunk battle. I actually assigned these guys separately. Okay, stationing up on the hill, what we will do is we will set up the spearmen.
The Empire endures.
So the swordsman off to the side. Let's see if we can hide. I don't think there's any physical way we can hide the Reichsguard. So let's just put them off to the side for now.
Crossbows ready, General! Handgunners!
Both of the ranged units in the front. And Carl dab in the middle. Start battle. Speed it up to begin with. And let's see if we can taunt some of his units. So the goal with this battle is to see if they can start drawing them up the hill while they are taking fire. Get the cavalry in behind them so that way they can start taking some of the harder hits. And even though I know Carl can easily take on Helmut, he did not take as much damage as I hoped. Let's stick some of that.
For Heldenhammer! And speed! Back to the field! No lingering! Show us the foe! Crossbowmen! Take the ground! For Franz!
Okay.
No lingering!
Pulling back my range units.
Up it is! Take the ground! Take the ground!
Actually, I need to pull my pistoliers over to the side over here.
To battle! Finding range!
Pull my crossbowmen up here.
As long as we my subjects call!
Let's see if we can get everybody.
This is my command!
There we go.
Ready for war! Heading out!
They've broken that enough.
For the Emperor! Take position! For France!
Actually, if we can get
them!
both fully ranged units.
For the twin-tailed comet! Rexguard Knights! Handgunners! Yes, my lord! Quickly!
I need to really pull out there.
Formation! March! Rexguard!
There we go.
Sir!
Disable or destroying morale.
Moving now!
On the downward charge, let's get Helmut.
Handgunners! Take the
And
ground!
then let's reposition these guys back here.
At speed! Attack! Prepare for combat! I will not stand idle!
And unfortunately, I was making him stand idle.
To battle!
Alright, I know it's a spear charge, but oh well.
Handgunners! Prepare
Okay.
for combat!
So this is the important part.
Rexguard Knights!
We need to get
For Ulthor! Yes, sir! To me, men!
let's see. Cavalry needs to charge this unit.
Spearmen!
My spearmen and swords can get into there.
At speed! Prepare for combat!
I
Fight
see if
for
we
France!
need to kill helmets, and we need to do as much damage to
Rexguard
any
Knights!
units that we can.
Call France! Yes, General! Show us the foe! Charge! My subjects call! Attack the men!
Excellent. That's just dropping them. Almost there. Getting off another volley. Boom. Lord is dead.
Handgunners!
Yeah, he is dead.
Rexguard! Formation! March! Shoot! Taking position!
Let's take out these ranged. Because with only 6 spearmen, they're gonna be finished off soon.
State troops ready!
Turn around and take out those 3 because they're just too far away. Might as well finish them.
Abroad!
I will speed up the battle. They are too far away, unfortunately. The ranged is... Getting rid of the range is more important. However, they have... The knights have picked off them. Now let's pick up the last of these. I don't know if the knights can get to them in time, though. Let's wait this out. Getting closer, getting closer. But they... Nope. They are just over the line. In battle. First battle lost to 63 men. Helmut lost 526. So, not a complete annihilation, but definitely got some experience on Carl and the Knights. Should have taken Karl and thrown him in combat as soon as Helmut was taken care of, but oh well. Let's not pardon, because we need the unit replenishment for now, because he is going to retreat to Grunberg.
Move!
Okay. Defeats an army belonging to the following faction. Battle, Empire Successiveness. We defeated them. Got some extra treasury and extra prestige. Already gaining that prestige. Helmut is killed. Rest in peace, Helmut. The breakaway city of Grunberg lies relatively undefended. Reclaim it to send a powerful message to all of those who doubt your authority. Oh, I will.
I am Prince and Emperor.
And after that, we will gain an Imperial authority. So, skill points in Karl Franz. First one is always Route Marcher. Need that extra 10%. Let's recruit. A ranged, polearm, and a sword and shield. Just a good, solid start.
Is it time?
That will give us more than enough
Not
to
likely.
handle that remaining
ignore
swordsman. And the defenses of Grunberg is 2 swords, 3 spearmen, no ranged unless they
refuse.
recruit. I think we'll be fine. Technology, I always have the hardest part with the Empire because I've always had trouble trying to figure out which one's first. I would say getting the Empire's economy and build back together first would be the best idea. So I think growth and public order is the most important thing at the beginning of the game. Well, specifically growth is, so I will say grow. Let's start with growth, and that will even be the command that we will set up. Setting up to Council of Burgomeisters. Setting up a plus 20 growth. Alrighty. Let's see if we can look at a little bit of details in diplomacy. I think our most loyal friend is Karon, Karazay Karak, Kislev, and for some reason, I was gonna say for some reason Sylvania likes us. However, though, it looks like they will not be liking us soon. Alright. We do need to play politics with a couple of other factions. We need, and it doesn't... Oh, the Golden Order. We need Balthazar to start liking us. He will be liking us in by 10 in a couple turns. Actually, can we gift him?
The nation. What brings you here to
Let's see.
disturb? I will.
He will accept our non-aggression. And then send him a small token
On
favor.
it.
Because that will increase his next turn by 35, and that will be moving him well into a higher attitude rating toward us. Which will be higher than everyone else, including Karon. Alright. Let's us in for this. Let us end the turn. Von Karstein has declared war on Stirland. Every single playthrough I have, Vlad and Isabella immediately go for Stirland. Every single time. So Oleg, the current leader, has moved, has ran. Oh, has either he's set up an ambush or he has ran. Either way,
Who calls?
Karl's got a set up army. Let's just go after him. 2 more turns until Otdorf is finished. Let's worry about diplomacy later.
Bring me to my men.
Let's stack Grunberg. So this was a decisive victory. Casualties low. I'm gonna auto-resolve it because I have not played with the auto-resolve recently. Let's just see how much we lose out of this. 83, complete wipe, not as bad. That's not too bad. I'll take it. Only 171 loot gained, but that's okay. We will occupy. Capture and occupy the following settlement: Grumberg. So, 1.
Summon the Elector Counts.
City down, 2 cities left. So, details. Battle of the Bloodpine Woods. Quest issued. So, when the following battle, Battle of the Bloodpine Woods, those that would break away from the rule of the Emperor are nothing but tenacious. They have sent a request for assistance to their allies in the north, and this appeal has been answered with covert detachments of men. Our spies have revealed the massing of a military force in the Bloodpine Woods. Take the fight to them before they can grow into an army.
Your burgeoning realm grows, Your Eminence, yet many evils still abound in this world. The Empire remains divided, and marauding greenskins still threaten your lands. Further afield, there are rumors of a dark force rising in the east, spreading the taint of undeath. You must remain vigilant.
And so we will. So it looks like the Emperor's successionists have called in the help of Boris Todbringer of Middenland, getting them to assist them in their succession of the Empire.
I command here.
Let me know what you guys think in the notes below. Are you for Karl Franz, or are you for another individual for the seat of the Empire? Do you put in your support with another individual? I've always liked Karl from the tabletop and in the game. Interesting character. Alright, so skill points. Continue going down this route. We can help make him a really good character, which can deal with a lot of heavy hits, or his campaign effects can really be helpful, especially when it comes to lightning assaults and upkeep for armies, casual dependent rates. I think for this campaign I am going to go campaign effects, only because Karl is a legendary hero, so which means he is more powerful than the majority of lords and characters or heroes that I will be dealing with. So I think making him better in campaign-wise will help speed up the conquest of the Empire faster. So let's see if... I'm not too worried about attrition, because we can always take it slow and easy if we need to. Untainted, we're not dealing with that right now. So recruitment and public order, I would say, would be our biggest deal. If we go for a more conquest type, public order would be helpful. I mean, honestly, we're a faction that doesn't deal with too much. Like, we have a lot of starting, and we're going to have a lot of treasure coming in. And the more we slowly start taking over, I don't see us having to continuously recruit. At the same time, I don't... If we do go down battle effects, which adds armor and melee defense to a lot of individuals, as well as combat, and we can specialize our tech trees into giving armor instead of weapons to begin with. I really think that we don't need to worry about casualty replenishment. So, like, if a unit is wiped out too much or is destroyed, we're not going to have to worry about recruiting, because the goal for Karl's army will be to keep as many good units in there as much as possible. I think Iron Discipline is going to be the best bet. Trying to maintain control of the lands we conquer.
I am Prince and Emperor.
Is going to be the biggest support. So we have Conquest. So yeah, we will even have a +3 to public order next turn, because Conquest is going to be taken off. No, 4, because also provincial instability will also be removed. So,
bring me to my men.
alrighty. Well,
Summon the Elector Counts.
since we took over a settlement this turn, we can't do anything else with Carl, and movement-wise. However, we can
Now.
recruit a new batch of soldiers. I would say, since we'll still be 4 turns away from our crossbowmen, that we will have Uber Strike by then. So getting some more range is important. And let's go for some free company militia. Those are always fun to have. Now, actually, can
I command here.
let me double check this. So if he can't, required character is in a stance. He is technically in recruiting.
I am Prince and Emperor.
Wrong button. So
Bring me to my men. The Empire.
oh, it's currently garrison the settlement.
Summon the Elector Counts.
Take him out. So we can teleport. 500 gold, so we can go ahead and get Sword of Striking. Even though we don't need it because we still have Dragon Tooth, because he's part of the Electric Count of Reichland. I think for safety...
Watch.
Yeah.
Pick up the pace.
Safety reasons, we'll keep him in here. Grab another... Because we have 3 pole arms, we'll grab another sword and shield unit with 2 more range. That will be helpful in that turn. And then as we move Carl, we'll then teleport him to the Blood Pine Woods after that. Oh, quest issue. Beast Slayer. Establish a trade agreement with the following faction: Nordland. Theodoric Gossur. Elector Count of Nordland requests aid. His lands are experiencing increased coastal raids from Norska, and he needs allies to help repel the attackers. Treasury 1500. So, if we get Treasury 1500 or 1500 from it, establish trade. Oh, so now we have a event. A hunt too far. An overzealous witch hunter has reportedly been terrorizing the people of Hockland, executing dozens of citizens based on barely substantiated evidence. Entire villages have been burned to the ground by this current agent who proclaims to be on a fully sanctioned mission to proactively flush out all suspected followers of the Dark Gods in the state. Upon investigation, you manage to confirm that the connection to this cult of Sigmar, that this individual is indeed a state-issued Templar, albeit an extremely fanatical one. It could be in your interest to help Hockland out of their woes by getting the Witch Hunter decommissioned. On the other hand, it is no small feat to get the political support necessary to issue an imperial decree directly to the Sigmarites. This is true. So, how do we play this? Politically, we get fealty to Hockland either way if we support them. They're currently at 6, and I would like them to go up, because I have a feeling if we do, for any chance, our Imperial authority goes down, we're going to have a chance of their fealty, any Imperial fealty also continue to go down. So, I want to keep them up, so we're not going to just ignore them, but we are going to do something about it. I would say let's... We can either decommission the Witch Hunter, bribe the Witch Hunter. The Cult of Sigmar must accept this decree and withdraw the Witch Hunter immediately. The Elector Counts have spoken. Bypass the bureaucracy and pay off the Witch Hunter to cease his activity. Well, if we're playing the noble and just Karl Franz, I mean, paying him for doing his job to harm people kind of seems like a bad guy thing to do. But if we decommission him, he immediately loses his job, and then he is punished for his actions. I don't want to lose the prestige. I would rather lose the treasury since we have more of the supply, but I feel like he should be punished for what his actions are. So, decommission the Wishunderer. Eventually, though, later on, if we have to make tighter decisions, we may have to go for what's the greater good. We'll see, though. Alrighty. Let's move Carl. Walking stance. Let's see. We are still in Reichland, even to the extent of his range.
Calls.
To get to Uberstrike, we will move the entire
Yes.
turn this right to the end of the line. Alright. And now he should be able to teleport to the Battle of Bloodpine Woods for 500 gold, so we'll have 500. We'll be able to recruit a Battle Wizard, get the Sword of Striking, which we can equip to the Battle Wizard, and Prestige 200 at the end of that.
Absolutely not.
Hans Frankenwarter is going to be our opponent, our next general to take out for the Empire Successionists.
Ready.
Which
No.
he does have partially hidden
Sigmar
army.
forbids this.
And the same thing as Grunberg. 3 polearm, or 3 spearmen, 2 swordsmen.
By Sigmar,
He does have crossbows
no.
as ranged. I don't think
What?
it'll be too big of a deal. And we will at least gain a couple of extra levels from the Battle of Bloodpine Woods. So. The political order did not go up as much as I hoped. Oh well. Oh, because I took Carl out of the settlement. That explains it. Alright. Oh. Let's do some political shenanigans for this turn. Corone, they are friendly with us. Yeah.
Kislev.
Kislev is still okay with us.
Who calls?
The Golden Order. Balthazar is growing even more friendly toward us, so that's good.
One rug!
And then they condemn treaties with Sylvania. I did not know I had treaties with Sylvania.
I hunt.
Oh well.
Not
Well, I want Karazé Karak to be our friend. And it looks like we are deteriorating.
What brings you to the halls of my ancestors?
So if we can give him a $500 gift. Let's see. That should at least boot him
Go
up by
on, then.
5. Accepted offer. Improving. Okay. So no, the gifts are going to be a 10% increase. So, this is a few numbers. Alright. I think that will be it for the first episode. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will start the next episode with the Battle of Bloodpine Woods. And then, oh, actually, before we go, let's see if I can set up a trade route with Nordland. They are a coastal city, or they have a coastal city. Like Dietersvan, or Sven. And then Altdorf does have a port, so I should be able to...
Greetings, my countrymen.
Non-aggression
I
pact.
will.
And then trade agreement. Let's see if I can bribe them. No, not 1,000, but 300. I doubt it.
A fool's action.
That's fine. However, though, they are going to improve relations, so hopefully next turn they do like us. So we will try and complete both of the quests tomorrow, or next time we play. Thank you so much again for joining me. I hope to upload the next episode as soon as I can. Leave comments if what you think of the show so far. Have any inputs or suggestions that I might do, please go ahead and leave them as well. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.